Hello, I'm Barry Lawrence. I'm president of the Full Gospel Businessmen in Norwich in the UK, and I want to tell you a very short story about a man who was healed of toothache. Now, I know something about teeth because for many years I was a dental surgeon, and I know something about miracles because I've seen so many and I've experienced healing from Jesus in my own body. I used to live in the south of England, and I'd go to a town called Trowbridge and sometimes speak at a church. I met in a home there. And there was a young man called John who was a very regular part of that church. And one evening after the service, when we were gathering in the kitchen and eating cake and drinking coffee and generally talking to one another, John came to me and said, "Barry, any chance you could pray for a tooth?" He said, "I know you're a dentist, but can you do that?" And I took a look at his tooth. It was an upper left lateral incisor, and just a little bit of pressure on the tooth hurt him a lot, and it was a typical dental abscess over that tooth. The treatment for it would be to give John antibiotics to clear up the infection, and then to get at the source of the infection in the tooth by root treating it, or alternatively the tooth could be removed. Anyway, John didn't want dental treatment, a lot of people don't, and he didn't want to pay the bill, and a lot of people don't, and so I said yes, I'd most certainly pray for him and ask that the power of God might come upon him and bring healing. And so I rested my finger just over the top of the tooth, very, very lightly, and prayed that the power of God might come upon John and bring healing and health to his tooth. I was back at that church about 3 weeks later, and I said, "John, how's the tooth?" He said, "Absolutely fine, thank you." Well, I know that an abscess can discharge and that the pain will go. Though what happens after that is that the tooth starts to grumble after a while, and you feel that it's not right. And then there's often a discharge through the gum, maybe some swelling, but certainly it would be uncomfortable most of the time until it had the treatment that it really required, which was extraction or root canal treatment. And so when John said it's okay after 3 weeks, I thought, okay, I believe Jesus healed it, but the evidence is not conclusive. I continued going to that church probably every month, 6 weeks, something like that, while I lived in that part of England, which was a further 2 or 3 years. And every time I went, I'd say, "John, how's your tooth?" And every time John would say, "Absolutely fine, thank you, Barry." And on occasions, I'd just get him to open his mouth and tap the tooth. He'd say, "No, it's absolutely fine." And though I didn't take x-rays before and after, and I haven't got that sort of proof, I believe that Jesus healed John's upper left lateral incisor of his dental abscess. If he hadn't, well, there should have been grumbling. There might have been a redness of the gum and some discharge through it. But John felt fine, and the tooth looked fine. And that's what our God does. That would not satisfy, I'm sure, atheists and agnostics and skeptics and cynics, because nothing satisfies them. But I know that we have a most amazing God. He changes our whole lives, takes us from the road to hell and puts us on the road to heaven, and gives us many foretastes of heaven in this life. And a loving Heavenly Father is concerned for every part of our life, our health, our well-being, including our teeth. I hope that short story has encouraged you. My prayer is, may God bless you. Thank you.